Hello, welcome to Blaqsport podcast. I am your host, like always, Insonet Uche, and I'm still on the wheel to take you through what is happening in the world of football. Today is an exciting time because we are back in African Cup of Nations 2025 happening live in Morocco, and today is the first kickoff match between the host nation Morocco and Comoros. Is an entertaining game that ended in 2-0. But before we dive into that, I want to welcome to you my guest over here and my co-host here, which is Ike Wise. Welcome to Blaqsport podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much, Insonet. I'm really happy to be here so we can, dissect this game together.
Okay, so earlier on we saw the game that between Comoros and Morocco. Before we dive into the whole talking points concerning the game, what are your thoughts about the game in general? What do you think? If you look at the overview about the game, how will you say this game went? Will you say it was interesting? Was it something you're looking forward to in the African Cup of Nations?
To be honest, it was a one-sided affair. Kind of expected because Morocco, 11th in the world, first in Africa,
Yeah.
got to the semi-finals in the last World Cup in Qatar. So it was actually expected, and Comoros did not disappoint by
Yeah.
sitting back. And this is a case of saying a team is sitting back and they did not have any other plan going forward. They
Yeah.
just wanted to sit back and frustrate Morocco. That's it. They didn't have plans of scoring. They didn't have plans of doing anything. I can't remember Bono making any save for Morocco. So the game was a bit one-sided and boring. Not until Ekabi, scored that worldie. So we could say that we've started, pinning down the goal of the tournament, contention. So let's see how it goes. But so far it was a one-sided affair until that goal came in.
I think it is quite really expected. What do you expect from a world ranking of 11th and 108th ranking? The difference between these two nations is quite enormous. And going into this game, you can see, if you watch the first half, you can see that the Moroccan side were having, I'll tell you this, were two big Marco Polo buses. I think they were at some point. I saw the whole 11 side were all on one side, and this is quite difficult to penetrate on a very good side. If when a team packs bus like that, it's quite difficult to break through. How do you think the Moroccan side actually navigated through this problem? Because they went goalless the first half, which seems like a good game plan for them, but the second half they couldn't keep it up. But looking at the first half of the game, do you think they tried to hold back the Moroccan attacks backward or throughout the whole first half?
Yes, so it seemingly kind of it worked. It worked. The Comoros game plan worked because all they did was pack the bus, as you said. And what Morocco got wrong was the fact that they were trying to use aerial balls, by crossing, and it just led to nowhere. Most of their balls. So because of the fact that these guys were, so much in the middle of the park, they now forced Morocco to go wide. And going wide, you only have one option: cut in or you cross it in. And cutting in was not really a thing. The only time they really did cutting was when they won the penalty in the first half.
Yes.
But afterwards, most of the balls were just crossings. So the Moroccans had to change their game plan in the second half, and that was when they now took it to the Comoros, and it was more like a direct approach, and that worked in the second half. But the first half was more like a trial. Let's just put the ball in the 18-yard box, let there be chaos, and maybe we can converge from there. But that didn't work.
And if you look so closely, you understand that the Moroccan side has a game plan, which is have your player up front, try to get the ball across to him, let him just find a way on 1v1 situation with the goalkeeper. But that final pass didn't even connect throughout the whole game. And I can see they had only one situation whereby they became close, but that kind of formation whereby you're playing against a very, very intelligent side, and I think going back seems to be the option. But that game plan wasn't working. I think I was expecting something like a switch in the second half of the game, knowing that okay, you've actually gotten one goal and at least two goals. So it's time to open up the game, let everybody come out and play and see if you can actually get some goals. Or it's as if they settled already for a draw or loss in
Yeah,
this game.
I believe that they know their their position and their ranking. They know how much they can do and how far they can go. So they did not bother, to put up a fight. But I felt that they were just, selling themselves short because this is a team that topped a group that had, Tunisia in it, had Gambia,
Yeah.
had Madagascar. If not, okay, if you want to write off Madagascar and Gambia, but you can't write off Tunisia. Tunisia is one of the, the top dogs in the North African football. They topped that group, conceding only 4 goals in the entire qualification campaign. So they do have their onions. They know what they're doing on the pitch. But today, I believe I saw a team that was scared of coming out because they
Yes.
believed that the opposition team had much better quality than they had. That is solely what I believe happened.
And I agree with you on that because to a large extent, toward the first half of the game, I would like to say they gave so much respect to the Moroccan side, and they made them. I was wondering, are you
Honestly.
really mentally? It's as if that you've really lost the game mentally before you actually walk into the pitch. They were really struggling, and if you look very very closely, you understand that even when they're with the ball, there's so much panic. Everybody was scared to hold the ball. The Moroccan side, they
Yeah,
want to
honestly,
give it
that is the
out.
thing because you mentioned that they usually keep a guy up top. But
Yes.
I can count how many passes went through to the guy up top. And I can even count how many times the boy was even able to, hold up the play for their players. It's as if they did not. I know they had a really short time, to train and try to, put a couple of strings together. And the transition was not working. It didn't work.
Yes.
Because if he's
Yes.
holding up the play, the way the other runners are moving, sometimes I see a player making a run and the other guy is literally saying that guy has made a run instead of making it through pass. He prefers to hold onto the ball to create chaos and panics. Before you know it, they'll get the ball from him. They made our robbers look like prime Casemiro today.
Oh boy, I was,
So
I was. What's going
he was
on?
intercepting. Yeah, for me, Comoros, as you said, they showed too much respect to the Moroccans and it made the game one-sided, which I did not enjoy.
It wasn't, and like you pointed out, the transition was so slow and poor. The transition between the anytime I have the game, I for all was saying at least hold the game. No single player Comoros was able to hold the ball for at least more than close to, let's just say, 20 seconds. Everybody was scared to actually hold the game, and the Moroccan side was found that loophole. The way they released up to 2-3 players to mark you, all the whole players were all you can actually see through right through them, and it makes me to beg the question: how are they going to compete in the coming matches? Because the first game is always a very important game because it can actually break you throughout the whole tournament. So it all boils down to how would they be able to come up this kind of situation because it was just a one-sided game, and Morocco going home with just only 2 goals is pure, and it's a very good win on their own side because it should be more than that. And I will give them kudos because the Moroccan side was meant to be frustrated because I was expecting that by the time they drag all that game that long, you might get frustrated, you might even see a card, but they're able to manage this thing all through. And this brings us to what we have to talk about, which is about the goalkeeper, which is his earlier save, which was very very spectacular. And if you notice, everybody might actually say that it is an easy one. No penalty save is an easy one. Not even one. No single penalty is an easy one. Same way it's very difficult to score. Same way it's very difficult to save. So and he also has a couple of saves in this game. What are your thoughts concerning the Comoros goalkeeper, Yannick?
Yeah, honestly, for me, that guy is a revolution. Pando is absolutely a revolution.
Yeah.
He made a great penalty save, and as you said earlier, no penalty save is a cheap penalty save. It's a cheap penalty because as a goalkeeper, what you do in penalties, you pick a side, dive to that side. If it
Yes.
comes, you get the ball, and that's exactly what the keeper did. Move on there, and Rahimi's penalty came through, and he had to kick it out. That was a great save, and bar that save, he made a lot of great saves. I remember the shot from El Nasiri, took it
Yeah.
out as well. So many great saves in the game today, which I'm like, whoa, this keeper is really good. So he had a 7.3 rating, I think, after the game. basically because he conceded 2 goals. But if this match ended in a draw, he would have been the man of the match for me.
Yes, definitely. If he had any draw, that's so true because at some point I never expected his saves, and even the one that he had a two double save all at once. Double save, that was a
Yeah,
clear
double save.
goal.
Yeah,
That double save, I think that was the highlight of the game. It must give him
it is.
kudos to that. So Pandor shows us that Comoros going this far not just because of they have a good team, but they also have a good goalkeeper at the back line, and it was quite a very difficult game at first before Ibrahim Diaz, who actually broke the ice and actually gave them the first lead of the game. So if you notice, he has been this game. He was so instrumental and find a way to position himself unmarked in the 18-yard box is something I find myself. I can't even fathom how he's able to find that space to be unmarked in a. The position was so perfect. So, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, Brian Diaz is actually he's very slick. He's a slick player. He should be the man of the match today, if not for anything. He was, for the mere fact that he had at least 5 defenders inside the box at the time. What I would say would be the fact that the defenders just slept off because they were so good until that ball came in. They were defending as a unit. They were really compact. The Moroccans were really trying to get any split through ball. There was no one-on-one in this game. You know, going to the Moroccan goalkeeper, the Comoros goalkeeper, no one-on-one at all. So they were really compact and composed. I think it was just a moment of, that split second where you just, lose your guard. That's what happened. Because when the ball came to, they first of all, they all expected Mazraoui to score in the ball. You get me? Mazraoui is not a dribbler.
No,
Mazraoui thought to prime Ronaldo. He just expected the defender as he wanted to score in the ball. Came back in and he saw Diaz on a plate of gold and he was like, yeah, take it. So that was it. I felt the defenders were positioned for a score in so that if it misses the goalkeeper, they'll be able to kick it out. But Mazraoui deceived them, and on that, it take 2 seconds. He saw Brian Diaz and gave the ball to him, and that was it. That's what I believe.
It was actually an inspiration made him. The whole crowd went ballistic because it was tormenting and torture for you to watch your team lose a penalty kick, lose balls, not scoring your home base fans. It was quite expected. At the point they put the ball at the back of the net, and I know it was over. That was where I knew that more is going to come.
That was it. Because there was no coming back from Comoros. They can't.
They can't even do anything close. And that also brings us to the wonderful goal by El Kabi at the 65th minute, which a wonderful bicycle kick to find the back of the net. So I think in this case, no African Cup of Nations kickoff must always give us something to talk about. What do you think about that kick? That was quite unexpected. I myself watching it couldn't even expect that kick. Were you expecting it?
These are the things that this is why I love the African Cup of Nations, right? It's one of the most interesting tournaments in world football. You see, I did not expect El Kabi to do that. First of all, he worked for that ball.
Yes.
He was the one that gave that pass before he ran into the box, and once the pass came in, I was like, strikers take a whole lot of risk. Like, the risk for him to jump, not minding if a defender is going to put his head.
Yes.
Not minding how he's going to land. And if you see the way he landed, if you watch it closely, when he landed, there was the defender nearly stampeded on the floor. So that was an amazing kick. We should pen that down. Goal of the tournament contention, 100%. So let's see what the other games will bring. This is why I love the AFCON. It is goals like this. You're going to see all this. I know they're coming. 52 games. You can count at least 20-25 games that you're going to see classics like this. So let's keep our fingers crossed.
Okay, so this actually brings us closer to what is happening in this group, because the way things are going makes us to actually ask, how is Comoros going to cope in Group A, whereby you have Mali and Zambia? So in this group now, do you see Comoros coming out of this group?
No. Let's be honest. Let's be real. They're not. In terms,
no.
So because in terms of the in terms of the AFCON side of things,
Yeah.
they're underdogs, right? In as much as they tried to qualify from the group, they're still underdogs. They've got Mali in the group, you've got Zambia in the group. And mind you, Zambia now, they're being coached by this former Senegalese coach.
Coach.
That
Yeah.
no, it's not them. No, he's coaching Libya, sorry. But they've got an amazing
Yeah.
coach now, and yeah, he's got an amazing coach now, and likewise Mali, they're really solid as well, really, really solid. So I don't see them coming out of that group because they're definitely not facing Mali. I'm predicting Morocco and Mali to qualify unless Mali want to bottle it. But even if Mali want to bottle it, I believe Zambia would be up for it. Do you remember the 2012 Zambian team?
Yeah, but that's the thing. This AFCON, for the fact that Comoros was not able to find their footing against the host nation. Remember, they're playing against the host nation. So many factors are in there. The home advantage. I don't think it's going to be quite much easier for other nations to play Comoros in this situation. Seeing the way they are able to hold a Moroccan side first half to a goalless draw on the first half, and I think them winning this game is expected. I'm not sure it's going to be quite easy for Mali or Zambia, honestly.
Let's see how it goes, but that's just my own prediction anyway.
Okay, and then let's just walk up to the next thing, which is what we're expecting this coming week. We have the next match between Mali and Zambia, and we have South Africa, Angola, and we also have Egypt and Zimbabwe. This is for tomorrow, which is what we're going to be talking about for tomorrow. Is there any highlights you're expecting in this game?
And to be fair, the only match that would be interesting, apart from going to watch Salah, which is the Egypt game, I think it's going to be South Africa and Angola.
Okay.
That should be an interesting game because South Africans always full of surprise. I believe they're a very good team. They're a good side. They'll go far again this tournament. I take them to get through to the quarterfinals. That's if they don't meet Nigeria along the way, though. But if they don't, they'll get to quarterfinals. But if they do, that would be the end of the road for them, as usual. But the only interesting game I'm saying there is just that one. Mali should be able to defeat Zambia. I wanna watch the Zambian game because I'm trying to see if they can, rejuvenate what we had before with the Zambian team, because if you see a good Zambian side, they are usually very interesting to watch, play good quality football. But in this instance, I just want to see, I've not watched them yet, so I want to see what they have for us tomorrow against Mali. Then after then, I'll be able to rate them for the tournament.
Okay, so this is just what we have for today. It's going to be an interesting one, and I want to say a very big thank you to you, EKY, for showing up here on our match day one. It's going to be an interesting one coming up tomorrow, and I want to bid you. I don't know, it's going to be an interesting one. Let's see what Salah is going to do tomorrow, because that is where the highlights actually go into. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, and see you same time, 10 o'clock on Matchday Live. We'll talk about what's going to happen in the African Cup of Nations. We'll see you next time. I'm always here, your host, Insonet Uche, with me, EKY. Have a wonderful evening.
All right, thank you so much for having me today. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Ciao.